Welcome, everyone. My name is Mick Williams. I serve as one of University of Arizona Global Campus's Military Alliance Managers. I would like to welcome you to this Culture of Care Summit presentation, The Power of Happiness, with Hoss Tabrizi, one of UAGC's doctoral students. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Hoss.
Thank you for that, Mick. It's an honor to be here. Before we get started, love to hear some of the majors that other people are studying. I just finished my 19th course. I'm pursuing my doctorate in sports psychology. So either in the chat or just out loud, you can get off your mic for a second. I won't have you get off your mic other than this. Just want to hear what other majors we have. I have a reason for it. So just take a second to do that.
I'll finish with school, but I appreciate you sharing your journey.
Thank you. Criminology and Justice Studies. Thank you. Hey, Sharissa, good to see you. Leadership, awesome. Well, the reason why I asked that is because everyone here has something in common. Our objective is to help people reach their full potential. I didn't hear majors that were trying to become billionaires. And in order to help people reach their full potential, we have to help others, but by doing that, we have to take care of ourselves, and we always have to make sure we recharge ourselves. So, with that, I understand the importance of you, and the world needs more people like you. And being full of energy and stress-free makes things a lot easier. Understand that happiness is contagious. So is exhaustion. If I yawn a couple times, so are you. And just knowing that when you enter a room, you're either fully charged, powering everyone around you, or you're at a 1% battery, just trying to stay awake. You cannot power a city if your own grid is degraded. Understand that energy is contagious. You set the voltage for the room. When I coach basketball, I coach girls basketball, and I tell the girls, I have a coach's voice. Okay, I'm not yelling at you. I'm giving you energy. I'm trying to put a battery pack on your back so that you can go and play hard defense and scare the other team and get every loose ball. That's my way of passing my energy on to them. You can't lead others if you're in low power mode. Understand that there's a prerequisite for leadership. Also, be sure to run an audit. Ask yourself every morning, what is my current percentage? Next slide. And next slide. Here's a secret. You have to be happy for yourself. It can't be a performance. If you're acting happy for your boss, your parents, professor, or spouse, that's not really helpful for you. It's like running a background app that is secretly draining all your energy. It's draining your soul by doing that. You need to genuinely be happy and grateful for you. When you do that, your battery turns green. Your power shouldn't depend on an external outlet. Remember, authenticity over performance. Stop acting for others' expectations. Be true to yourself. Be careful of background drains. There's a mental cost of people pleasing. Understand the internal grid. Build a foundation that doesn't require outside validation. Next slide. Do you know your why? I know mine. I'm driven to empower countless individuals towards reaching their full potential. That why is my internal GPS. I have a wealth management practice, and when I make money, it's when I deal with wealthy people. That is not who most of my clients are. I have my clients that help me make money, but because of my why, helping people reach their full potential, I help anyone. Doesn't matter what your income is. I want to make sure if you have a family, you have these things in place. For the what ifs, you have these things in place to help you optimize your financial situation because I know my why. And if I help someone every day, then my why is fulfilled. When you discover your why, it changes how you start your day. Stop sweating the little things and start celebrating the small wins. You might not know your why yet, but when you find it, you'll find the direction you need to stay on track. Understand the GPS logic. Your why filters out the wrong turns and the dead ends. There might be traffic, there could be accidents along the way, but if you remember the end goal, you know the final destination, you will get there regardless. Value the small wins. Purpose allows you to celebrate progress, not just the finish line. And use a morning filter. Start your day by checking your destination. Next slide. The save point is important. In psychology and video games, we have save points. We get to go back and start over before facing a final boss. Save points are fast charges for me. When I'm stressed, I plug in. I'll watch an old school show that I remember from being a kid, like MacGyver. You know, the guy that loves using a paperclip, duct tape, and utility knife. Or I'll pop in a CD, or now it's Apple Music, with No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom. Or I'll go play the 8-bit Zelda, the old school one on the Nintendo. Just play that for 10 minutes. These aren't distractions. These are nostalgic anchors that bring you back to a version of yourself that felt capable and carefree. Right now, currently, my family is on spring break this week. Instead of spending an extra 2 hours to prepare for this speech today, my wife said, "Hey, we're going to go watch the Mario movie at noon." I went and joined my kids. And the parts that it had in the 8-bit Nintendo that just made me and my wife remember the childhood. And there were so many little things that my kids laughed about. I chose to recharge. I chose to spend time with my family. I chose to make myself happy. Understand the power of happiness. Use nostalgia as a tool. Re-anchoring to a time of high confidence. Create a 5-minute reset. It doesn't have to be 10. It doesn't have to be 15 minutes. Identify your specific fast charger. And have a MacGyver mindset. Resourcefulness starts with a regulated mood. Next slide. So, I hate to admit it, but I used to have really bad road rage. You could make fun of me and say I was the sheriff of Route 123, which is the main road near my house. I felt it was my job to correct every entitled person. People in this neighborhood all drive fancy cars and think they're better than everyone, and they treated a stop sign like a suggestion, and they acted like their father owned the road. Speaking of Mario, they drove like it was Mario Kart, and I'm pretty sure I had to avoid banana peels at times. But spending time trying to fix entitled people, it killed my battery. It was like having a high drain GPS app running in the background. But I learned to swipe up and delete those apps and close those apps out to keep my battery going. I was giving my best energy to people who didn't deserve it. Save your battery for the people who do deserve it. Stop trying to fix strangers and start protecting your percentage. Energy thieves are bad. Identify the entitled people draining your charge. There's a cost of correction. Is winning the argument worth the 20% battery loss? And use a strategic allocation. Spend your energy on your mission, not your irritation. Next slide. So, I want you to think about Happy Gilmore. For those of you that didn't watch either of the movies, he has a world-class drive. He was a hockey player, but he had a really bad temper. It was almost as if he was at 1% at all times. When he had to go putt and make some important shots, he would lose his mind. His coach told him he needed a happy place. And so when he thought about his happy place, he thought about his grandma and how when she was happy and wealthy and smiling, because part of the movie was he's playing golf to go make money to preserve his grandma's house. And so he found his happy place, and he'd go there when he needed it. It's important to find your happy place. With that, while you're happy, it's important to lead with love first, not hate. In those lenses, I want you to realize we run into obstacles all the time. Imagine having a special pair of glasses that lets you view things in a rosy lens. I have friends who are pretty negative, and they often look at things in a jaded lens, and they always bring out the worst in the situation. I want you to put on these rosy glasses. I'm not saying ignore the obstacles, but just refuse to let them drain your charge. When you go to that happy place, It's your internal cooling system kicking in. It's important to love first. It's a deliberate choice of perspective. Remember your happy place. It's a visualization tool to just drop your heart rate and your cortisol. And which glasses do you want to use? The rosy ones or the jaded ones? Which lens are you viewing your obstacles through? Next slide. I think we all know the saying about the oxygen mask when we are sitting in an airplane. If the plane is crashing, be sure to put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then those around you. Well, the airline briefing is a non-negotiable. Put your mask on first. Okay, we have people that are nurses or teachers or CEOs or trying to protect the criminal system. You are the lead engine. If you run out of air, the whole system fails. Happiness requires the word no. Every yes to an angst thief is a no to your own survival. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's a strategic recharge. Understand the power of no. It's important to guard your oxygen. It's a prerequisite, not a reward. You don't earn self-care. You need it to function. And be aware of cabin pressure. Don't wait for the crash to reach for the mask. Next slide. Stress creates cortisol. It's the hormone of angst. You can't think your way out of a chemical spike. You have to flush it. I have a lot of mental strength, and anytime I'm stressed, I really think I can do it, but you can't. You have to find ways to make you happy. And what makes me happy, it could be going out for a walk, really in sunlight. If there's a beach nearby, I don't live near a beach, but walking on the beach is so therapeutic. Getting a massage, playing tennis, yoga, meditating, praying, whatever it is, these aren't just hobbies. They are biological reset buttons. You need to find the physical activity that flushes your stress and make it a non-negotiable part of your schedule. I had a lot going on in the last 24 hours, but yesterday I chose to pause and go for a 30-minute walk with my wife instead of attacking my to-do list. It was awesome. I was recharged and I was able to do my to-do list even better. You got to flush the hormone. You can't argue with biology. You have to move through it. Value sunlight and movement. These are natural resets for the human battery. Understand that these are non-negotiables. Schedule your cortisol killers like they are medicine, or even make them meetings on your calendar. Next slide. In third world countries, people often have the best perspective. Why? Because they don't see first world problems as problems. They see them as luxuries. Slow Wi-Fi? At least there's a signal. A long line? At least there's something to buy. How high my tennis balls bounce are not an issue when you don't have internet for a month or don't have water in your village. People in third world countries have a higher ROI on their gratitude. They understand that having the problem of a low battery is a dream compared to not having a phone at all. Understanding luxury versus lack, it's reframing the daily frustrations as first world blessings. Calculate the ROI on gratitude. How much joy do you get out of what you already have? And create the perspective shift. Is this a crisis or a luxury problem? Next slide. So, not too long ago, my son's emotions were flipping like a switch. I told him, hey, go to the drawer and find a coin real quick. And with this coin, I started flipping it. And I'm like, hey, it's as if someone is literally flipping a coin and telling you how to feel. He was letting the wind dictate his voltage. I said, hey, let's flip it. Heads means you get to be happy. Tails means you get to be sad. And before the psychologists in the room judge my parenting style, I made sure at a later time when I was frustrated, I had him flip a coin and say, hey, find a way to make it heads so I could be happy. I realize I'm a little angry right now. On top of that, a little side note, he helped make these PowerPoints. And when he saw this slide, it made him giddy to realize that we were talking about the coin and how powerful it was. So, with that, I want you to understand you cannot be upset and grateful at the same time. Let me say that again. You cannot be upset and grateful at the same time. Gratitude is how you weight the coin to land on full charge. The agency of response is important. Life flips the coin, but you choose how to call it. Understand the biological impossibility. Gratitude and anger cannot occupy the same space. And guess what? I don't like cheating, but in this case, be sure to weight the result. Use gratitude as a mental weight to ensure the coin flips more towards heads. Next slide. There's a saying that I have where it says to build a shield. I often give too much of myself to people's problems when they don't necessarily need it. Protect your charge from energy vampires. Inside that shield, you need to have an inner circle. My inner circle is very valuable to me. When I'm stressed, I talk to someone in my tribe, whether it's a mentor, or a professional, or a love first friend who just helps me stay happy. These are important people. And realize that happiness is a team sport. You need people who help you stay at 100% charge when life tries to drain you. The saying I have is surround yourself with greatnesses. The shield is important. Be sure to have active protection against negative environments. I constantly have to remind myself to put up a shield when I feel like I have to go fix everything. It is a problem that I have, but I'm working on it. Remember, this is a team sport. High performers don't go at it alone. They have coaches. Earlier, you heard the word greatnesses. You were probably confused. It's a word I created. It's the plural of greatness. It's either having multiple greatness within you or surrounding yourself with multiple people that are great. Populate your circle with people who expand your potential. Next slide. Fellow Wildcats, you don't need a toolkit to be happy. You just need to unleash your inner MacGyver and have the right mindset. Stop correcting the entitled and start protecting your peace. Find your why. Plug into fast chargers. Weight your coin with gratitude. Build your shield. Don't just pursue happiness. Build the architecture to sustain the charge. Go out there and save your battery for the ones you love and unleash your greatnesses. Here's a call to action. Implement one fast charger today. Understand the architecture. Happiness is built, not found. I know my why, and you know my why. I'm driven to empower countless individuals towards reaching their full potential. The QR codes are here so we can connect later. I'm one of you guys. If you'd like to ever connect personally, professionally, or financially, let's get on the calendar, even if it's for 5-10 minutes just to say hi. It's an honor to speak to you guys, and hopefully you understand the power of happiness. Thank you.
We have a few moments for questions. So if anybody wants to put a question in the chat or just signal the old hand raised.
Thank you
I
for the
don't have a
messages in the
question,
chat.
Haas,
It's
but I
great
do
to see
have a
some familiar
comment.
names. Yes, go ahead, please, man.
Really enjoyed your presentation. It brings me back to my Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar kind of one-way conversations when I try to fill my mind with all this enthusiasm. I definitely will connect with you, and I would love to have you in my network.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you and appreciate all you do for the country.
in the chat, there are at least a couple of awards. If you would consider this presentation for one of these awards, please check out the links in the chat. And
Did you post them?
oh,
There you go.
sorry, I had it in the little
Yep.
send box. And I hadn't pushed send yet. Uh, please take the time to look at those and consider this presentation.
As a former teacher, I made sure to not go right to the 0 minute because it's always nice to end a couple minutes early to allow yourselves to have time for the rest of your day. So allow your time to go find that 5 minutes of happiness. Thank you all.
Thank you, Hoss.
Right. Any other questions?
I'm gonna try to do better. I do a lot of driving in this job, and I
Yeah.
try to fix those people in the left-hand lane. And so I'm gonna try just to let them be who they are, and just me be me, and not let them drain from me, Hoss.
I wanted to be even more real and just say when my wife drives, I think she's a wuss and she doesn't care when people cut her off. Meanwhile, for me, I'm like, heck no, I'm not letting you do that. But no, she's the one who's right. It doesn't bother her at all. So I'm getting there.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're about the last one. So, Hoss, thank
Cool.
you again, and we'll
Thanks, guys. I
turn
really
off.
appreciate you. All right.
Make it a
Take
great
care.
day. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.